Well, whether there was bloodstains or not, the water in that oil drum washed it all away.
Ignore the strength of my science at your own peril, Mr. Wright.
Huh? What's that grin for?
This situation calls for one thing, and that is luminol testing fluid.
Luminol?
Blood is sticky stuff, you know. You can't just wash it away with a little water. Even if you can't see it, it's still there.
But wouldn't the police have already done those tests?
Never trust anyone's eyes but your own, Mr. Wright. Just give it a try.
Me? Why do I have to do it?
I'm a minor. I can't even drink yet.
We're testing bloodstains with the stuff, not drinking it.
Here, look. I'll lend you these glasses.
Huh? You had an extra pair of those things?
To test for a blood reaction, just spray the luminol on it. Like this, see? Touch the screen to spray it on. Okay, let's find out some blood stains.
I can see your eyes shining behind those glasses. So, is this a bloodstain?
It's so... Ugh!
Emma, you're shaking.
It's just... This is my first time seeing real blood.
Scientific investigation in action.
Oh, okay. Well, we definitely know that this is a blood stain. But doesn't something strike you as odd? Scientifically speaking, of course.
What's odd about this? Scientifically. The perpetrator and Detective Goodman fought here, right? Don't you think there'd be a little more blood?
I definitely think so. I mean, look at all the blood on the sole of the victim's shoe.
It's strange. If they fought here, there'd have to be more bloodstains than this.
Hey, Mr. Wright? See how I'm marking up the floor plans when we find a blood stain? See, I'm pretty handy to have around, right?
Yeah, that's very useful information to have.
I saved up my allowance to buy this. We can't be sure that the police will reveal all of their evidence in court. Sometimes they fail to mention evidence that doesn't fit with their view of the case.
And we'll drag that hidden evidence out into the light of day.
Yeah! It feels like we're really investigating a crime now, doesn't it?
This luminol stuff is going to come in handy.
Ha! I wonder how that fluid of yours would react to a nice deli box.
Miss Starr!
You only trust your own eyes, Not bad, you two. This day-old deli box is on the house.
Sorry, it's just that kind of lead-in doesn't really get my mouth watering.
You certainly put me in a tight spot today.
My apologies, Miss Starr, but...
No, it's okay. It was my fault.
Oh, we know.
I witnessed everything from that security room right there. But I was afraid that wouldn't sound convincing enough. You see, I was wrong to think that. I'm sorry.
Sorry? You lied on the witness stand. That's unforgivable.
Little girl, don't forget what's important here. Even if the place I witnessed the events from was different, I still saw what I saw. I saw Chief Prosecutor Sky stab a man in cold blood, and that testimony still stands. I swear it on my honor as a detective, she stabbed Goodman.
So, you were a detective, weren't you, Miss Starr?
Yes. It was a long time ago. Well, 2 years ago. No matter how hardened the criminal, when they faced me, they coughed it up.
Coughed it up?
They confessed. They babbled like babies. You know, I may seem like a demon sometimes, but I can be an angel too.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Every day I dragged the dirt out of the mouths of suspect after suspect. And before long, They called me the Cough-Up Queen.
Oh, and here I thought someone had gotten food poisoning from your lunches.
And you were let go. Or fired.
I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if these prim and proper prosecutors hadn't let me go, I'd still be one today. It's all because of that case. The SL9 incident.
S.L. Wait. She doesn't mean...
I had one of those up until 2 years ago.
Back when you were the cough-up queen, right?
We found this ID card here in this parking lot.
Well, there's no mistaking that. It's definitely Goodman's.
But it's the same ID as the man who was killed at the police department.
That's impossible.
I wish I could be so sure.
What do you think about this?
SL9 incident. On that knife. And on that note. Goodman was the head detective on that case, you know.
Really?
That knife was evidence from that case. The murder weapon. It was due for transferal the very day that Goodman was killed. As I suspected, SL9 isn't over. Not yet.
Do you think you could tell us more about the SL9 incident?
That's when I learned the truth. We're nothing to them. Disposable.
Disposable?
2 years ago, it was the biggest case I'd ever handled. The police and the prosecutors were desperate for decisive evidence.
So, they didn't solve it?
On the contrary. It was solved quite cleanly. The criminal was caught and executed.
Executed?
Yes, the criminal got what was coming to him. It doesn't get any cleaner than that. The only problem was, they never did find decisive evidence. Not even a little.
What? But the criminal was executed, right?
Evidence of a sort. Made-up evidence.
What? You mean they executed someone with fabricated evidence?
The best part came several months after the trial. Every detective involved with the case was dealt with. Some were demoted to patrolmen, others found themselves out of a job.
And you were one of those?
Myself, and one other person you know well.
Wait, could it be?
Exactly. Officer Jake Marshall. He's on security detail in the police department, isn't he?